What's going on YouTube? This is V85 here, and I'm back with On the Warpath to Regionals, Episode 2. Now, this episode I'm going to talk about another deck I'm very fond of. If you go through the history of my channel, I talked about these guys even before they came out in Photon Shockwave. I love this deck. I've played them ever since. They really came out in like Galactic Overlord with their latest inputting and latest support. I took a little bit of a rest from them, and now I think this format they're going to be pretty damn amazing, and that is Evols. Evols is an amazing deck that I really think is going to be the next harness for Evolsaurs, or Evolzars, Lagia, and Dolka. We know how amazing these two Xyz monsters are, and with Rabbit out of the way and with the meta slowed down, Evols now have a chance to really shine and use these even more, if not better, than Rabbit ever could. So, first of all, I really want to talk about the support architecture for Evolsaurs. First of all, they have really good support, but two standout support cards are Evo Diversity and Evo Force. These cards are amazing. You have to play 3 of these in the deck, but Evo Diversity is your Rhoda for the deck. You can add an Evoltile or an Evolsaur from your deck to your hand, which is amazing that they gave you that flexibility in that. It's balanced though, because you can only play 1 per turn, so it doesn't necessarily make it just overpowered as shit. I mean, if they didn't do that, then you can make multiple kinds of builds using Odonto and stuff like that. But of course, this build doesn't do that. I mean, it's relying solely on Westlow and the Joshua to make your Evolsaur plays and shit like that. But Diversity is an amazing card. So is Evo Force. If you draw both of these in your opening hand, oh, you are in good. Evo Force allows you to it allows you to tribute an Evoltile, first of all. So, you're tributing either your Westlow or your Najasho, and it allows you to special summon an Evolsaur from your deck with that, and then it's treated as if it was special summoned by an Evoltile, which is a very good point to make with this, because when you're going to be tributing these two guys, first of all, Westlow is an amazing monster. This is your Gravekeeper Spy for the deck. When it's flipped summon, you special summon Evolsaur from your deck. And of course, when Evolsaurs are special summoned by an effective Voltile, you get their effects. So that means you can special summon from the graveyard, pop back rows, or just make big beefy beaters. Or you can fluctuate levels to make more Xyz plays. What's great about Westlow is that it has a big ass, which is the same thing that Joshua has. You know, 19 defense, a 2000 defense. Both big asses. But yeah, a Spy that can activate your Evolsaur's effects, and then you're pretty much reusing this guy when you Evo Force it, because you're tributing and then getting another Evolsaur. So it adds another kind of versatility to this card, because when you flip this monster, it's kind of spent. Unless you have something like Tsusayumi, which is incredible in this deck, where you can just reflip it and reuse it and abuse it. Like I said, Westlow is an amazing, this is one of your big power cards for the deck. Same with Najasho. Najasho activates when it is tributed. And there's plenty of good cards out there that activate when you tribute monsters. Such as Evo Force for 1, Enemy Controller, and another card I'm going to be talking about in a couple of minutes. But Evolsaur, I keep on wanting to say Evolsaur. Najasho activates when it's tributed, and you special summon an Evolsaur from your deck. Which, again, you're not getting a neg out of tributing, which is something that bypasses a mechanic in the game, and that is awesome with this. You can do so many broken plays with this, especially with Xyz plays. So, one of the unsung cards I really need to talk about, at least that I'm teching in this deck. I'm not necessarily playing enemy controllers, even though I really love enemy controller with Najasho. However, it is kind of situational. However, like the next card, it is situational as well, but this card is just absolutely amazing. If you can get the right situation, you pretty much win the game, and that is Mini Guts. Mini Guts is an unsung power card from Galactic Overlord. This thing is absolutely amazing, especially when you couple it with Najasho. This thing says you tribute a monster and target a monster on your opponent's side of the field. Its attack becomes 0 until the end phase. And then during that turn, if that monster is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, your opponent takes damage equal to the original attack of that destroyed monster. That is huge. Now let's talk about a combo that you can do with Mini Guts. It's very, very simple. So you set your Najasho, because you can tribute this guy face down. It's been ruled that way. You can tribute it face down and you'll get its effect because it activates in graveyard. So you set this guy and you play Mini Guts. Now let's say your opponent has something like Blackluster Soldier or Red Eyes Darkness Metal on the field. Let's say Red Eyes Darkness Metal. So you play Mini Guts and target Red Eyes Darkness Metal, and then you tribute Najasho. Okay? Najasho will now activate. Then you can combo off. So it's going to activate and you're going to special summon an Evols from your deck. Let's say you special Volcano. Volcano says that when it's special summoned by an effective Voltile, you can special summon an Evols from your graveyard, which is really, really cool. This makes this a great combo player to make Xyz. So let's say you special summon Serato from your graveyard. The effect Serato right now doesn't matter. However, the level and the type does. They're both dinosaurs, they're both level 4s, which means you can Xyz into Lagia or Dolka. Let's take Lagia for this instance, because this is a better card to go into in this situation. Now, Lagia necessarily can't stand up to Red MD under normal circumstances. However, this is an abnormal circumstance. Red MD is now 0. You can now plunge Lagia into Red MD. Make it its bitch. So, your opponent is now going to take 24 to the face because Red MD is 0 now. Then Red MD is going to go to the graveyard, and they're going to take an additional 28 damage. So, let's say this entire play goes through. Your opponent has now taken a shitload of damage from a big monster, and now have to face down a Lagia their next turn. That creates very, very nasty plays. And Mini Guts is one of those great cards. If you get this late game, your opponent is down on life points, then, oh yeah, this thing puts in some big work. Another thing that's great about Evoltiles or Evols is, depending on your build, it also has a great range of Xyz plays. It can make rank 3s and rank 4s innately, just if you're using a standard build. But if you tech a Darwino in there, you can make rank 5s as well. So you have a big arsenal of big rank 5s that you can go into and just blow shit up and take control of the field some more. Now before I go, there's another card that I'm teching into Evols this time around that it fluctuated on the ban list a little bit, and people are just kind of waving it off saying, yeah, it's not going to make that much of an impact. But to me, I read this and I thought it was pretty damn scary. Magic Cylinder at 3. You understand now that Magic Cylinder is now win condition? With big beefy beefers out there, Grapha, Blackluster Soldier, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, Light Pulsar running around, this is going to put in some big work, especially at 3. This is going to make your opponent just flip tables once this causes a win condition. Okay? That means you're going to consistently be able to get this off if, you know, they're just not playing like Roll Decree or some shit like that. But this is an amazing card right now. And decks that need just a little bit more time to set up their decks and get their power plays off, oh yeah, they'll be playing the shit out of this card. This is going to be an amazing card of this format. So, tell me what you guys think about Evoltiles and Evols. Do you think they're going to be really good this format? Do you think slowing down of the format is really going to help them out, or do you think they're just going to be in the same way that they were now? They're just overshadowed by Rabbit. So comment down below, tell me what you think. Of course, like this video if you do so like it, and of course subscribe if you already haven't. This is V85, over and out.